welcome to the second instalment of our groundbreaking three-part series. For the first time ever, we will travel to 3 different states over 3 consecutive episodes. And we will do it all in the right heartland of Australia, along the mighty Murray River.
It's time to see this land of wonder. It's time to go and see what's up down under. What's up down under?
G'day and welcome to the show. Well, this week, my mate James from Aussie Swag Campers and myself with the cub in tow are going to get out of Victoria, across the mighty Murray River into New South Wales. We're going to explore around the Wentworth area and there's plenty to see. I'm glad you've turned up for it. So sit down, get comfy as we show you what's up down under. Picking up from where we left off last week, our journey begins at the Apex River Holiday Park, just a stone's throw away from the busy town centre of Mildura in northwestern Victoria. But before we head off down the road, I've got a very important public service announcement for all you city folk about to head off on your own adventure. I'll give you a couple of tips about driving in the bush. It's not difficult. All you need to do is do everything the same as you do in the city, but you're going to have to start doing the wave. Now, the wave is not difficult, but if you won't give it the energy it requires, you're never going to get the respect out here on the roads. It all it requires is one finger. So as you hold the steering wheel as per normal, a car approaches, all you need to do is lift your finger. It's as simple as that. Now, the average person you pass, you don't know, so one finger's enough. If you see a vehicle approaching that you think you know the driver, you're going to go for 2 fingers because that is a sign of friendship. So 2 fingers up for that guy. If it's your brother, your mother, your sister or your cousin, you can leave the steering wheel with your hand and actually give them the full-blown wave. You don't have to do this stuff. No one wants to see the noddies. No, they don't. All it is a simple hand gesture moving away from you and at about 45 degrees, and that says, g'day. Right, got it? Well, on we go then. The drive from Mildura to Wentworth, it's not a long one, but it's a nice drive. There was just lots to look at. You cross the river a couple of times, a couple of old historic bridges. It was quite good. And then I didn't know what to expect when we got to Wentworth because I'd never been there before. I'd driven through but never stopped. And we cruised into the Willow Bend Caravan Park, and it was just a nice little spot. You know, some places you drive into and you sort of go, I wonder what I'm going to find here. And others you just feel comfortable straight away. Well, the Willow Bend was one of those for me. It was absolute waterfront sites, which you don't see a lot anymore. Well, if we're going to spend a couple of days exploring around here, we needed somewhere to put our heads, and we stumbled across the Willow Bend Caravan Park. Absolutely top spot. It's actually on the Darling River, but right where the Darling and the Murray join. A lot of history around here, plenty to see, but I'll tell you what else is around here. The Mungo National Park. We've all heard about it. I've never been there. We're going to head out there and have an explore right now. You coming? One of the big attractions, easily accessible from the Wentworth area, is the Mungo National Park. It's a must-see when you're up here. Now, you can either jump in your car and go out and try and find yourself out there, or get a hold of Trev. He's the local, he knows how to go out there, he knows what to find and what to see. Trev, what do you reckon? We out for a good day?
I reckon you're in for a top day, mate.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's go.
Righto. The drive from Wentworth out to Mungo is going to take you roughly 2 hours depending on the conditions. So I decided to pick Trev's brains on the way about what the place was all about. So what's the history of the Mungo National Park, mate?
Well, they've been doing tours out there since way back in the 60s, well before they found the 2 skeletons.
There's a lot of history, of course, where they found Mungo Man and Mungo Woman, you know. It's the oldest Australian remains of a human found right there. They're saying that the skeletons they found date back to about 60,000 years, is that right?
Yeah, 40 to 60,000 years.
I reckon they didn't just pop up. Someone had given birth to them, so there's someone older out there, isn't there?
Well, I suppose it would be, yeah.
Yeah, you don't just pop up as the first one, do you? Well, it depends who you talk to. It is possible. Some people believe.
But the formations on the walls of China out there is probably one of the biggest attractions.
Yep.
Which is just formed over thousands of years, wind and rain.
Yep. And the landscape's quite lunar. You know, you can't help but stand there and sort of look at it all and go, this is very weird, you know. And to go out there with Trevor, I reckon just top the experience off. Trev is your quintessential Aussie, and he's a good communicator on all levels. You can have a laugh with him, or he can put across the history and the significance of the area really well. How many times a week do you come out here generally?
We're available every day, and we're out here 5 or 6 days a week.
You ever get sick of it?
No.
How
How could you get sick of this?
No, it's pretty cool, isn't it?
No,
It is pretty cool. Thanks for bringing us out here, mate.
No, it's been a real pleasure.
Yeah, it was just a really good way to go and experience the Mungo National Park. Now, if you don't mind sticking around for a minute, I've got a very important phone call to make. I'm out in the middle of the Mungo National Park at the moment, and there's absolutely no phone service at all. Now, this is not the only spot in Australia you'll find this problem. You'll find it all over the place. Occasionally, you're going to want some information from back at the civilised world. Thankfully, I've got my Optus Sat Sleeve, which turns my Android device or iPhone into a satellite phone. Now, you might think that owning a satellite phone is something that's extravagant and perhaps even out of your reach, but the Sat Sleeve from Optus will cost you only $888. $15 a month to keep your plan going. It'll cost you 50 cents to send a text message and only 95 cents a minute for calls, which is pretty reasonable, I reckon. But if you think that that's not bad, what about this? If you're actually not out there travelling, you can hibernate the account so it doesn't cost you anything until you want to hit the road again. Operation is dead simple. You just put the phone in the cradle, open the app, and when you see the logo, you're ready to make a call. Excuse me for a sec. After the break, we take in some local colour around Wentworth, and I cook up a storm on the Cub camper.
What's up, Downunder?
This episode of What's Up Down Under is brought to you by our good mates at Cub Campers. To find out more, just head to cubcampers.com.au. So one of the places that the ladies at the Willow Bend Caravan Park pointed us in the direction of was the old Wentworth jail. We're having a cruise around Wentworth, seeing what we could find that's interesting to look at, and we come across the old jail here. Now, apparently you can get in and have a tour. We've been in, we had a chat to Dave. He's going to come out soon and open the doors. What do you reckon, mate? This should be all right.
Yep, looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it too. And it was a really cool thing to go and look at. I mean, even from out the front, you sort of can't help but feel the way the families felt, perhaps, if they were going to visit someone, or certainly the way that the inmates felt when they were about to be locked up. It's quite the textbook jail with the big guard towers and the big double front doors.
But even in these smaller ones, the one like you just looked in there, you could have 5 prisoners.
Really?
Yeah.
He's not going so good. He's in the coffin already.
And just a grass mat on the concrete floor with your bucket in the corner for your toilet and one blanket.
Takes me back. I bet you there was some trembling going on when some people got locked up in there, and to go through and actually see it close up, you know, you can get in the cells, you can go through where the bathhouse was, one bath in the whole place, and if you wanted one more than once a week, you got in trouble.
That was the first sort of jail system in Wentworth.
Was it really? Just chain onto the tree?
The tree, yeah.
It suits you, mate. You should wear a tree more often. You should wear a tree more often.
This is where you're chained to if you refuse to go to work.
I don't feel like going to work. That's okay, we'll chain you to the rock. In the middle of summer, it says that they gave them a plaited palm tree hat. If you're going to spend a day out here chained on the rock, be sun smart. Wear a hat. Yeah, something for everyone at the jail. I thought it was good. All the kids would love it, and it's a great one for the oldies to go for a wander through too, so definitely recommend it for a visit. There you go. Ben Cousins has been here. Well, mate, all this crime and punishment's made me hungry. What do you reckon we head back to the camp and cook a feed?
Oh, looking forward to that.
Oh, yeah?
Stomach's rumbling.
Oh, we didn't even get lashed while we're in there, but we are hungry. Well, wouldn't you know it, I've pulled cooking duty again. Well, strike while the iron's hot, so they say. So I'm going to spice things up on this Cub camper on the banks of the Murray. There you go, time to put the nosebag on. Thought we'd do something pretty international today, Spanish eggs. Now, I don't know much about Spain, but I know that their eggs are pretty good. It's a great breakfast meal, but any time of the day is good for the Spanish eggs. What we're going to do is we're going to throw some diced bacon in the pan, got a little bit of oil in there. We've also got some chorizo here because It's a Spanish dish, like I said, international. People are going to love this. They'll be coming around saying, mucho gracias, can I have some more of that Spanish food you knocked up? We'll give those a stir up, a little bit of pepper, and we'll just give that 5 minutes or so. Let it all brown out, a little bit of the fat will start coming out of the chorizo, the flavours are going to start getting through it, and then we'll go to the next step, so I'll see you in a minute. All right, that's coming along nicely. The fat's all starting to render out of that chorizo, the bacon. A little bit of chilli to speed the metabolism up. That's what they reckon it does. I just reckon it makes things taste good. Oh, how much do we reckon we want in there? I'd say about that. That should give it a little bit of a kick without making all the skin on the roof of your mouth hang down on the top of your tongue. Chopped tomatoes, I prepared earlier. Chopped them, put them in this tin. So this is actually going to make the bed that we cook our eggs in. Just let that tomato heat through before we go to the next stage. So a couple of minutes, just simmering away like that, and then we'll step up with the next bit. Alrighty, that tomato is pretty much heated through now. In fact, it's that hot, I reckon you could cook an egg on it, which is what we're going to do next. So I'll grab a spatula. I'm just going to make some little indents in there, and then in that indent, I'm going to crack a bum nut, fresh out of a chicken. Go through, make as many indents as you want. Of course, the number of people you got about to eat this will indicate how many eggs you need to do. A little bit of shaved parmesan over the top. That'll just melt as the eggs cook. And the tomato continues to simmer away there. Once the eggs are cooked, parmesan's melted. This will be ready to throw on a bit of toast. Bob's your uncle. There's your breakfast, your lunch or your dinner, depending on which you choose to eat it for. Well, I reckon that's just about ready to go on the plate where you magically make it disappear along with your hunger. Now stick around because in a minute I'll show you what else this cub camper's capable of. This was pretty much an impromptu sort of a trip. All of a sudden I went from being sitting in the office to you're on the road and you're making some telly. I mean, the cub was so light, I could have certainly taken a 4-cylinder vehicle with that trailer on and not had a problem. The other thing that really caught me with it is its tow ball weight. 110 kilos, the guys at the shop told me, which is a real benefit as far as it's not laid in the back of your car down. It was the first time I'd taken an escape, and we pulled up, found a great campsite. It just all fell into place and it became simple, and it was actually a lot of fun. It had everything I wanted, you know, the battery system was in there, there was a fridge slide in there, the kitchen was there. I'm not Bear Grylls, there's a bit of reality here, there's actually a crew. So there's 4 blokes inside the cub. I mean, it's got 5 metres of living area, so stacks of room. I mean, there's just so many handy things on the Escape. Like the aluminium roof rack, you know, it becomes the legs that support the floor when it's set up, but to throw a bit of extra gear on, and we had some extra gear, it came in handy. You know, there's stacks of water storage, about 80 litres is a lot of water to be carrying around. And naturally, when you hit the dirt road, you're going to be throwing a few stones around, you know, and the stone guard on the front of the cub not only protects the front of it, it protects the back of your vehicle as well to stop the stones from bouncing back. To know that you're getting the backup of all that Australian product and Australian manufacturing, you know, the canvas, the steel, it's all good quality, but to know that wherever I take it, I'm going to get that nationwide support that comes with buying a product from Cub. We're supporting Australian jobs by towing these Aussie-made camper trailers. I just love the concept. I found that everything in the package that came with the bog standard Escape did me really well. But the guys at the shop did say there are options available and there's heaps of them. And all you've got to do to find out what you can and can't have is to go to cubcampers.com.au and check out all the details there, or they'll tell you about it at the shop. They're really helpful. After the break, James and I will go in search of a worthy winner of the Golden Tin.
What's up, down under?
Like the look of the Aussie Swag camper that we've been towing around with us on this trip? Well, get online at aussieswag.com.au to find out all about your next camper trailer purchase. We all know that life's luxuries never end at Nova Caravans, and that, my friends, is not going to change. But I'll tell you what could change shortly is your luck, because your mates at Nova have decided to give away a Bravo caravan worth over $59,000. Inside the Bravo, you're going to discover a queen-size bed, full ensuite, single-piece roof, single-piece floor, and all the bells and whistles that you could possibly need to get out and enjoy yourself. So get online and enter at whatsupdownunder.com.au. Now, you can only enter once a day, but you can enter every day. So get busy and get on it. Well, boys and girls, it's time to scout the local area for the best pub in town. And we've got the local tip, the Crown Hotel is the place to be. What do you reckon, mate? This looks like our kind of watering hole.
The Crown Hotel could be. I'm hanging for a feed and a coldie.
What could possibly go wrong, mate? After you.
Let's go. What a top pub.
Isn't it a top pub? Look at the memorabilia on the walls.
Unreal. And you know there's a Fergie tractor over in the bar?
Oh, what pub's ever going to be complete without a tractor in the bar? Seriously.
You know what's better? The beer.
How's it going for you?
Oh, it's cold.
Cold? That cold you just about stick your lip to the glass.
Unreal.
The meals have come out looking good.
Even got a bit of crackling.
Oh, perfect.
The best crackle is to hear the crack.
I reckon this joins in with a running to pick up a gold tinny here tonight.
I think so.
Oh, racking up, all right. We'll have this dinner and we'll make a decision, eh?
Yeah.
Well, after a quick run through the public bar on the Fergie tractor and a few little frothy brews, the decision has been made. Rachel, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Great evening. The beer was cold, the meals were excellent, and the crew have decided to award you the What's Up Down Under Pub of the Week, the Gold Tinny.
Sounds great. Thank you.
You don't get them for doing nothing. You get them for making a bunch of hungry blokes and thirsty blokes get over those emotions. So well done. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
After the break, I'm going to go looking for some fun out in the Perry Sandhills.
What's up, down under?
Win an Armour XD walk-up camper from Armadillo Campers valued up to $35,940. To enter, subscribe to the What's Up Down Under Travel Saver card for 12 months and receive one competition entry, plus our bi-monthly magazine and bonus DVDs. Thousands of discounts on holiday parks, tours, attractions. Subscribe for 2 years and receive 2 bonus entries. To find out more, just log on to whatsupdownunder.com.au/armadillo.
To celebrate their 70th birthday, Tabs Canvas has given you a chance to win a $2,100 voucher and other great prizes. Enter today. It's easy. Just go to whatsupdownunder.com.au, go to the competitions page and follow the prompts.
Your chance to win your family an adventure through the Red Centre is running out because the 10 days in the NT competition won't last long. It's easy to enter. Just log on to whatsupdownunder.com.au, click on the competitions page and follow the prompts.
Australia's best value classifieds is caravancampingclassifieds.com.au, the best place to buy, sell and get the latest news and reviews.
No trip to Wentworth's ever going to be complete without coming out here to the Perry Sandhills for a good look around. There's plenty of history to take in, and the kids, well, I reckon they'll keep themselves busy here all day. Ah, the Perry Sandhills. See, the Perry Sandhills, it's just this little outcrop of sand dunes, not too far from Wentworth, so it's certainly a place you go and visit. Take a cool photo. But everyone told us you can slide down the sandhills on bits of cardboard or anything you want. Well, as my old science teacher used to say, what goes up must come down, and it's time I got this back down to the kiddies that I borrowed it from because I can hear them crying from here. Don't try this at home. It's grippy. It's grippier than you would think it is. Well, ladies and gentlemen, obviously that didn't go quite to plan. Let's have another look at it from the wide angle. Don't try this at home. And you know what? Let's have a look at the GoPro that just went rolling down the hill. Don't try this at home. Well, there's been plenty of things in history that didn't go off 100% on the first attempt. I'm not going to give up here today. We've gone from the modern technology of the WUDU tube to an old piece of cardboard. Let's see how that goes. Not so good either.
Keep going.
Later on, they told us you need a nice waxy piece of cardboard, new box, not an old box. Well, that was information that we would have been well served to have had about 8 hours earlier when we tried to go down on a blow-up tube and an old piece of cardboard with less than a lot of success, as you may or may not have seen in the footage we shot there. Well, sometimes after you've given everything a go you can give a go, you just got to go back to the stuff you know. Come on. Just like to say that no humans were injured in the making of that film. I do, however, have to go and buy some new shirts because I'm 3 inches shorter in the back now. And what used to be my spine is now a slinky spring. A lot of fun, a lot of laughter. We had a lot of fun. It was something that's been captured and it'll be there forever. I'm sure it'll pop up at every birthday I have from now on, every award ceremony at our office. There's already still photos of it on people's screensavers on their computers. Go on, get a copy of it yourself, put it on there, old Macca with his head shoved in his hand and his ring gear pointing towards the sky. Well, folks, unfortunately, that's all the fun we've got time for today. But next week is another week and we will have another episode. James, the Aussie swag, myself and the cub will be hitting the road and ending up in Renmark in South Australia for our 3 states in 3 episodes trip. So make sure you come and join us then as we show you what's up down under.